Which on my flipped harder than my Motorola. I said I'll lay in a text, got left on red. Now I'm scream singing Fallout Boy in my bed. We're spilling secrets from the T9 days, crushing on skaters in able ways. You grab your chain wallet and your blacked out pay. We're dialing back to when life made no sense. Time to confess.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flip Phone Confessional.
What up?
I'm Justin.
I'm Brandon.
Thanks for being here. It's Thanksgiving week.
It is Thanksgiving week.
And we're actually going to talk today about Black Friday. Dun, dun, dun.
Racist.
Yeah, always. I think Black Friday, today's episode is just going to be talking about what Black Friday used to be like versus what Black Friday is currently.
Yeah.
Black Friday used to be a chaotic, crazy, and I'd say fun event. Some people it was traumatic events. Some was a lot of fun. I think for a lot of people it was like bonding with their parents again, and then some of it was probably really awful, just being used as like a pawn to go get some savings or run through crowds to get to an item. And
But just what a crazy moment in time in like capitalism. Like, I don't know how long Black Friday existed for, but it seemed as though like Black Friday.
huh?
It seemed as though Black Friday existed for, I don't know, 10 years, maybe 20 years. And then the internet hit. And then Black Friday just kind of doesn't have near the same amount of like cultural context as it did then.
Started becoming a trend in the 80s
Got it,
of the day after Thanksgiving for sales. Now, I did quite a bit of research on some of like the best Black Friday deals. Kind of hard to sift through like what's real and what was not.
Sure.
But it seemed like there was a lot of sales on DVD players in the early 2000s that you could get for like 80% off. Most retail stores like JCPenney department stores, things like that.
Yeah.
Almost everything was 60 to 70% off. And it was not like a 3-day thing. Like it is not like all weekend.
It was just this one day.
It is literally Black Friday. That is the day in person that you get these savings on them, which is just mind boggling.
So, but like, why that day? Why were they able to discount that much? Like, what was the idea behind it? I read a little bit. Black Friday comes from the term of getting like out of the black, like in terms of like their ledger, right?
Well, in the black is a good thing.
Or in the black, rather?
Yeah. As far as why it started on that Friday, it was just, I would assume it was because they're trying to, I think it's because one, people had the day off, but they're also trying to drive foot traffic to these stores, not only for this specific day, but also leading up into the Christmas season, which of course is a very consumeristic holiday.
Just repeated shopping.
Yeah, correct. It's like, hey, let me get you in for these deals.
Yeah.
But hey, why don't you realize we're going to have these kind of sales coming up for the Christmas season and whatnot.
We'll take a loss on this day overall, generally speaking.
Yeah.
I imagine that they were, right?
I mean,
it's 60 to 80% off. That's crazy.
Yeah, of course. I saw that they had, this was at a Best Buy of a savings. How much do you think a Mac desktop setup, like a full desktop setup of the actual computer, the monitor, and the keyboard, and the mouse cost?
And the tower, right? Oh, I guess
the tower. The tower is this was for the Mac. This was before it was built into the monitor.
So there is a tower.
There is a tower.
What year is this?
96. 15-inch monitor.
How much it costs, or what is it going for on Black Friday?
Both.
Okay, so I think that it costs. Oh man, I'm gonna be off, but I'm gonna go like $2,000, and I think it's going on Black Friday for $500.
So I couldn't find the price of what it was originally selling for.
Yeah.
The Black Friday price was $2,400.
Dude, that's insane.
$2,400 for a computer system in 1996. In today's dollar, that'd be about almost $7,000, $6,000 to $7,000.
Dude, that's crazy.
All in
for your like AOL dial-up,
dude. Right there.
Show that picture.
So here, and this was 1996, $2,400.
Those are the good old days. You know,
I think it's crazy how much.
downloading porn for hours.
Here we go. How much do you think a 13-inch, like the TV I have up in my kitchen that I bought?
Okay, you have a 13-inch TV in your kitchen.
Have you not seen my kitchen TV
You have
yet?
a 13-inch?
I'll show you it.
That's like from The Office. That's like
It's nostalgic. Yeah. Okay, but either how much do you think a 13-inch TV VCR combo where the VCR is built into the TV, which is the one I have upstairs?
Classy.
How much do you think that cost in 1996? And this is the Black Friday price.
so. Considering that the computer was $2,500,
2,400. Yeah, that's
gonna
not
go-
including taxes too.
I'm gonna go the 13-inch classy VCR TV combo is $800. No, that's crazy. But I'll go fuck it, $700.
$300, but that's
Okay,
on sale.
okay,
But still,
okay.
$300
For a 13-inch
And you can
TV?
get a flat screen TV now at Walmart.
This thing is 13 inches,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
One of the good deals that was there was you could get a Sega Saturn with 3 video games comped
Great deal.
for $200. And I think the
That's a
Sega
great
Saturn was like 300 or 350. So that was pretty good Black Friday. But a lot of times most of the sales were between 40 to 70% off, especially on electronics. And I'm curious if maybe that's where their widest margins were to give back on a sale was on the electronics side.
seemed like
Who knows? But looking at some of these prices, like when I saw that computer price of $2,400 for a Mac setup, that's just mind-boggling to me.
What's crazy about this too is like that ad is for like one store.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one store, one Best Buy has, I don't know, let's call it 17 of these laptops, or
Yeah.
these computers rather.
Yeah.
And they have 25 of like the Saturn,
Sega Saturns,
Sega
yeah,
Saturns,
underrated console by the way.
which is why people are camping out
Correct.
hours, if not days ahead of time,
To get
because
to the, yeah.
you either get it in person and you're carrying it out there, or you're just not getting it at all.
Yeah, and it was there was in the mid 2000s too. There was laptops being sold for $99, and even in that time, they were typically $400 to $600. Even a $99 laptop right now would be a crazy deal. Supposedly there was a store that was running 1-carat diamonds for $100, which was 70 to 90% off at the time. Again, DVD players, there is a store selling for $70, which again, thinking back to DVD players when they first came out, the fact that DVD players were $250 brand new is that's just nuts to me. Flat screen TVs,
Because it never cost that much to make. There's never a time in which it costs that.
It'd be very hard to assume that. Flat screen TVs on sale for $600 when they were typically $1,500 to $2,000. So again, it's just amazing to think of how much, like electronics specifically, have gone down a ton in price.
We're all sheep.
It's true. Yeah,
We're all a bunch of fucking idiot consumers.
it's nuts. So when Tickle Me Elmo came out, and this was, I believe, 1996. Yep, Tickle Me Elmo Scalp Fest, they called it, 1996 on Black Friday.
Okay.
Tickle Me Elmo was on sale in stores for $30. And I remember sitting at my grandparents' kitchen watching their kitchen TV, probably 13-inch,
Sure.
and the news about like people dying or people getting injured from being trampled on.
Featuring violent.
Yeah, like physical violence breaking out because of this toy. Like it was it's crazy that like maybe Gen Z, older Gen Z understands, but I don't think Gen Alpha has any idea of like what people would go to, like the ends of the earth they would go to for a good deal for Black Friday. Like you said, they would camp out starting at like 9 p.m. on Thanksgiving. Like after dinner was over, they're like, no, we're getting our lawn chairs or we're getting a tent. We're going to go wait outside a department store.
But this is before Amazon. This is before
Correct.
you're, not only are you ordering things online,
Yeah.
but you weren't even ordering from different stores.
No,
You were going to that store.
you had to pick your battle of what was the most important item you wanted to get for the holiday season on sale. So if it was like Best Buy, that's it. Or you divide and conquer. Like mom would go to this store, dad would go to this store.
Right.
But yeah, you didn't have the option because after you were done at this one store, by the time you made it to whatever other place that you wanted to go to, either the line was still insanely long or the items that you wanted were completely sold out. But for Tickle Me Elmo, they were sold in stores for $30. Immediately on the resale secondary market was $400 at Tickle Me Elmo, which again, thinking about Tickle Me Elmo, $400 then in 96, that would be about an $800 to $900 now for a small talking toy.
That's so dumb.
That's crazy.
This reminds me of the movie Jingle All the Way.
Great. That such an underrated Christmas movie, which
really good.
We'll get into a separate podcast about Jingle All the Way. I love Jingle All the Way. It is probably top 5 favorite Christmas movie of all time for me personally.
It might be up there for me. I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm thinking about it right now. This is Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Sinbad, yep.
Yeah, so good. But basically, the whole
And Phil Hartman, R.I.P.
dude, incredible.
That was
the whole
horrific.
conceit of the movie is that he's a dad that needs to get a toy, a specific
Turbo
toy
Man
for his kid, Turbo Man, exactly. And if he doesn't get this toy, then he's screwed.
Tom Hanks' wife's in
For whatever
that
reason.
too. He's married to Tom Hanks' wife in that.
But he has to get the specific toy in his hand because you can't get it anywhere else
Yep.
because it's 1996.
Yep.
Crazy times.
And also that same year, N64 launched.
That was huge.
$200, but in December people were selling it, flipping it for $600, which is crazy to think. Like people think, oh, game systems weren't that expensive back in the day. They're about the same price. Like the PS5 now is like $500 when you just wait for inflation.
Yeah.
$200 then is about $500 now. So, but it's crazy too when you look at like Super Nintendo games back in the day. They were like $70, $80. It was like holy shit.
Supply and demand, man.
That's true. Now, again, Black Friday for a lot of people was an adventure. You have a kid, you like have thermos, you have food, you camp out. Depending,
Did you ever do that?
I did that with my brother for a PS3.
That's cool. And that's
Yeah.
probably like a cool core memory. For you guys,
Yeah,
right?
and there was some in the later 2000s where, because he had 2 small kids, he asked me to help. Hey, can you come to these stores with me to help like buy stuff? Because they were just starting out. They wanted some help, like monetarily on stuff. But yeah, my parents back in the day, no, but we lived in more rural areas, so that was not like our thing.
Yeah.
But now, there's no magic to Black Friday. No, it's like Black Friday starts in October.
Yeah.
And then you have things, and I think it's like you said, Amazon. I would you could say the internet killed it. I'd say Amazon killed it because you still had Black Friday going on in the late 2000s and even I'd say early 2010s. You would still have some chaos to it, but now with Amazon Prime, Prime Week, Prime Day, Black Fridays, but even what I can't stand now about Black Friday is it's all a scam. All of it is a scam. There's no deals. They'll show you a price of what it was.
Right.
But for a lot of people who are much smarter than me, they track prices. So they're able to use third-party integration sites.
Shout out to those people.
Yeah, for real.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. And it's called dynamic pricing. So there's plenty of data that shows that product you want that's on sale for Black Friday was actually cheaper 3 months ago.
Right.
Yet they're going to show a marked up price, drop it down to an even higher price than the price it was a few months ago and say, hey, this is the Black Friday deal. And if it's
Doesn't love a deal.
but I kind of miss that like chaos of Black Friday.
Just the violence.
It was. I wouldn't say
No,
just
but
the
it was
violence.
it was a build up. There was anticipation.
correct.
There's something happening.
Yeah.
Viscerally in real life, but it's like literally like there may as well have been someone with a gun
Crazy.
doing like, and they're off.
Yeah, like we could pull up videos. You can watch videos on YouTube, like 90s or 2000s Black Friday chaos, and you're talking about thousands of people rushing in, and it's
So
funny.
Like glass doors
Yeah.
being broken, people being trampled over.
Are fighting, like physical people like fighting over stuff. And our fridge went out 2 years ago. Literally Thanksgiving morning, our fridge went out. Luckily there was snow on the ground and it was snowing outside. So all the food was able to stay cold.
That's hilarious.
And so we're like, oh, we got to look for a deal. And we just were like, okay, let's go to Best Buy and check it out. We literally go to Best Buy at like 10:30. There's like 2 cars in the parking lot. There was like 3 people in the department store. I'm like, this is Black Friday, and it's empty.
Well, because I'm just doing this
Correct.
for 5 hours, for 10 hours.
You're probably doing this because most stores are. It was before. It's like, oh, Black Friday now starts on Thanksgiving Day, which fuck you if you do that. And then it's like, oh, Black Friday actually starts on the Monday of Thanksgiving week, so prepare to check out your deals. And it's just like, you see through all of the bullshit. We're just trying to scam you into buying stuff you probably don't even need, as opposed to, like, people did actually depend on Black Friday deals. Like, I feel bad for people who are in harder times or looking for things to really get a savings on. Because there were tremendous deals that companies would do back in the day.
Yeah.
They don't do it now. Even on, like, Black Friday on Amazon, stuff's like 10% off. 15% off. When I equate a Black Friday deal, like, I need 50 or more. That is like a Black Friday deal to me. And you just don't see that anymore. But you said you've never experienced Black Friday, really. That was not ever anything you and your family did.
I mean, I mean, maybe I'm not remembering because I wasn't like buying gifts, but I've never been a terribly big consumer. Like, I don't own a lot of things. I don't go shopping a lot. We talked about this last night.
Yeah.
Very hard to get gifts for because I don't really want much.
Yeah.
So the idea of just going to buy something that I don't really need, don't get me wrong. If there's something that I really wanted,
You're just going to buy it.
and that would have been a cool experience.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I think you're talking about, what you like about the Black Friday thing is it became an event. This is part of the issue with like binging television.
Yeah.
There's
No build-up.
There's no build up. Before you'd be like, oh, this is my favorite TV show. It's going to come out every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And I cannot wait until that time in which it gets released and I get to consume it. And that is just a great feeling.
There's very few shows like Dancing with the Stars. Like, my wife loves Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
That is something that has to be done on a week-to-week basis because they're voting people off.
HBO still does that to some degree.
Hulu just did a show I really liked with Glenn Powell, Chad Powers, which is a parody of the Eli Manning skit where a guy walks on, who's like a former professional, walks on to a college team. They did it. They released it week by week, so you had to wait and build up. And I loved it. As like, oh, because it gives you something to look forward to. It's
Exactly.
Like, oh, I'm so excited for a day you never usually get excited for. Like, oh, I can't wait for Tuesday night. Oh, sweet, because a new Chad Powers comes out.
Well, because I'm sure it felt like it was some adult version of Christmas morning.
Yeah.
My brother and I, we know exactly what we're going to get. There's an element of like, I need to like sprint and run my fucking ass off, which is exciting to like do with your brother. And then to know that you're going to walk out with the Sega Genesis or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Like, what a cool idea.
Yeah. I mean, I think I remember doing it with my buddy when he bought the Nintendo Wii when that came out in like 2005. We rushed on Black Friday together to go do that. Super fun. Then my brother and we did it for a PS3, or it might have been a flat screen. I think it was both a PS3 and a flat screen TV.
Dude.
And it's just like, dude, you're with your like your teenagers at the time. You're just hanging out at like 4 a.m. in front of a department store, just like shooting the shit. And it's just like, these are cool memories and things you get to experience, and like it's dead now. Like, I don't even know why we still have Black Friday at this point, because it's pointless. Like, for deals start so ahead of time. I mean, it's like, you look at businesses now, Halloween decorations start going out in August. Thanksgiving starts going out in like September, and then Christmas is already there in October at stores. It's just like, how quick can we get people to buy more and more stuff earlier and earlier and earlier? And that just like bugs me. We don't enjoy stuff in the moment anymore because we're so focused on, oh, I got through this, what's the very next thing I need to prepare for and like consume.
Well, totally, because the culture keeps changing.
Yeah.
And we're used to keeps changing. Like, when you remember back in like Mad Men, right? It's a story about advertising in like the 1950s, and people being appalled that they were putting up these huge advertisements along the freeway and being like, this is going to be the death of culture because it's just about telling us to buy things. And those were just billboards on the side of a freeway.
And now they have moving billboards, or like on semis, they now have like TVs that advertise.
It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Instagram. didn't used to have ads.
Oh my God.
That wasn't that long ago where your Instagram feed was just people that you followed. So you didn't see anybody other than the people that you followed, and there was no ads.
Literally every other post is just sponsored content.
We have a podcast. We're looking for fucking sponsors. Like, you're an influencer. Like, part of your job is to somehow get paid by corporations to validate the work that you're putting out there. Everything is just like
it's same on
clusterfuck
it's same on
of
TikTok.
buying shit.
Like every two videos I scroll past, it's another like AU vodka fucking ad, and then it's just like I can't escape it. I try to hit not interested when it says, "Do you want to see more like this?" I'm like, no. But it's just it seems like this just sounds corny. We're just seeing traditions devolve. Like just eradicate
society. Evolve.
There's like, even though it was a consumeristic holiday, it was only supposed to be for one day.
Right. No.
Where it's like, okay, if we do it, it's like binge eating. Okay, if you binge eat for one day, it's not so bad. But now it's like, oh, you must binge eat at the trough to buy all this shit for 3 months now. And it's like, it took all the allure out of like spending time with people to like, oh, how are we going to find the best deal? Kind of like what you said for mapping out like trick-or-treating of like, what's our game plan?
Yeah.
Here's the same thing for Black Friday. And it's just completely eradicated now. I don't even think we really have a Black Friday in America anymore. It just is all the fun behind it's gone. All the actual deals gone. It's just a marketing ploy.
But also even kind of weird that we're mourning the loss of the Black Friday, which was just a marketing ploy and a consumer ploy to begin with.
Correct, but I think for a lot of people, I could say that about like Valentine's Day, right?
100%.
But Valentine's Day is a pretty stupid holiday. It's like, oh, there's one day where I actually get to profess my love to you. When it's like, well, you should be fucking doing that every single day of the year. Sure. But let's just con people into, hey, let's buy a shit ton of expensive flowers. Let's buy a shit ton of expensive chocolate. Yeah. Which I do anyway, because society tells me so, and if I don't, I'll be shunned. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
But no, it's like, is that really a necessary holiday? Like if if Valentine's Day died, I probably wouldn't mourn it. But when I think of something like Black Friday, because it's just so nostalgic, that is something it's sad for me to see evolve to what it has become now.
Interesting. I mean, I didn't participate in Black Friday, so I never had any nostalgic ownership. This is kind of a side tangent, but at least for Valentine's Day, it is, while derived out of like nothing, it's a Hallmark holiday.
Yeah, 100%.
It's still a day devoted to like love and to relationships and to romance, which I feel like at its heart is like a good thing.
The idea of it,
for us to have, versus Black Friday is just about a deal. It's just
but who doesn't love a good deal?
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
But it was just it's just really funny to see. Okay, if something like this has evolved to where it is currently, what is the domino effect? You know, what other like traditional things that we do that are going to disappear or just become a shell of themselves?
So give me an example. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't have an immediate example of. I mean, I think it'd be very hard for like actual traditional holidays to become super hollow from what they once were. But it's just interesting to see as technology advances in what we're doing as a society to things that we used to value are like fun things like this are now gone.
Yeah, because we don't have the ability as a species, as a society.
Yeah.
This goes back to the like, I was thinking more about if I could than thinking about if I should.
Yeah.
And at the not to get too into the weeds or too philosophical or heady or dark about it.
Yeah.
But this is just straight up capitalism.
Yeah. 100%.
Where there's not people governing these choices. It's the board governing these choices. It's the bottom line governing these choices. And so we're not, if we see that we can make more money doing this, then we're going to keep on doing it because it is just the empty, cold corporation, the bottom line that is running everything in our society. And I just don't know where that's going to end.
And they just do that bullshit with the dynamic pricing where they're making up numbers where it's like, oh, this freaking video game was $8,000, but you can buy it today for $199. You're like, oh, that's a good deal. I should buy that because it's $7,000 off.
But where do you think this is going to like lead humanity, right? Like if this is all just sort of like power play for, hey, we're going to make money off of these biological organisms and we're going to like just take their money for power, and that power is going to grant us like influence and the ability to like be above this like subclass and subset of human. Like what the fuck are we doing here? What is this?
So
like,
let
me ask one more thing. Let me one more thing. And also, I'm sometimes like happy that I'm in like the ignorant subclass of just consumer human, like the bottom, let's call it 98%.
Yeah.
Like I am not like the overlord alien reptile running, the fucking world.
You're not the New World Order.
Because the thing is I do sometimes enjoy waiting in line with my brother on Black Friday to consume that, because I then have this moment of like enjoyment of on the Friday of Black Friday, putting up this brand new TV screen and playing these 3 games for the first time for the next 72 hours.
Yes, 100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's where I'm going to give like maybe Gen X, but I'll say millennials a lot of credit here. I think a lot of millennials can see through the bullshit. Okay. And where you say, where's this going to lead? I think at a point, once boomers pass, like there's the large transfer of wealth, they age out and they're no longer here. I think that will start to change for the positive, because I feel like enough millennials see like this has all become a scam just for more and more money. We're going to start to veto this holiday. And once companies start seeing like, oh, this is really affecting our bottom line, where it's probably going to go away, but it's going to be replaced with something else.
I was going to say, so I mean, you're talking about specifically Black Friday.
Black Friday.
I can't freaking talk.
Yeah, I would say.
Oh, God damn you, Mongolian!
Mongolians take down my she raw. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like where I think we're getting to a breaking point where people are. I've seen so many people on Threads that are just saying, "Let's cancel these holidays." And I don't know. I don't
You mean
think
the Black Friday?
I would say
holiday?
like Christmas, Thanksgiving, any sort of consumeristic holiday, people are saying they're starting to cancel. I think that's the wrong approach personally. Because for me, I would never cancel Christmas, no matter how consumeristic it gets, just because I love gift giving. There's something special about Christmas. But I think it's going to get to a point where enough people are going to veto this massive, excessive consumerism to where companies are going to have to rethink their game plan of like, okay, people are catching on. They're not wanting to buy random shit all the time. What is that going to do? I don't know. When you talk about like monopolies of like Walmart, Amazon, Target, there's just a few giant corporations that
own everything.
Control. Yeah. I mean, BlackRock that control literally everything. BlackRock. So I don't know. It's just another thing I feel like from our childhood that has come and gone, and that's just something to say RIP to. It's just kind of a bummer, but it's an inevitability. Not everything lasts forever.
See, I don't know if it's hard for me to imagine that there will be a reason for millennials specifically to get together and to change things, because I think we're now entering our midlife.
Yeah, 100%.
And we are having kids. We're still working.
But that's not true though. This generation's not having kids. It's already changing.
No, fair. But what I'm saying is like our days are very busy and full.
Yeah.
Like we're not young and want to like change the world anymore. We're just trying to make it happen.
Or trying to stay above water. Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
So our ability to kind of like want to break the system, we're kind of past that. To me personally, I feel like it's the next generations who I'm witnessing are doing a lot of consignment, right? They're going and they're buying stuff that isn't fast fashion.
Oh, I thrift all the time. I love it. Yeah.
But like, I think that is a younger generation thing to where people are saying like, no, I really want to invest in doing it wrong. I think some millennials do this.
Yeah.
Where like, I want to invest in small businesses. I'm going to buy from more mom and pop shops. But I think that having that organic, authentic experience as a consumer, meaning like, it's it's made here or it's made by someone that I know.
Yeah.
That's something that is appealing to the younger generations because they've never really had it.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like our generation, as much as I'd love to think that you and I are those people, I think there's still so many others who are like, nope, I'm just going to order off of Amazon. I'm going to order off of Walmart. I'm going to order off of
Think of like
of Best Buy and Old Navy, and that's just like who I am in America.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think of like companies like what Shipped or like Uber Eats or any one of those like DoorDash.
Yeah.
I feel like we're slowly becoming Wall-E. Have you ever seen the movie Wall-E?
Yeah, we're definitely going to be becoming Wall-E.
Those people in Wall-E where it's like we don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like we have our food delivered to us. We have our groceries delivered to us. We have all of our shopping and items. We're having less excuses to go out, as you talked about in the last episode. Connections. We're coming so disconnected. We're coming more connected to this and less connected to this.
Yeah.
And that is my biggest fear is like we're going to get to a point where like we don't even use words because we're so enveloped in technology. And I think there was a movie recently where it's like people just enter. It's almost like Ready Player One. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Where it's like people are just going to go to a virtual world because it's easier than actually experiencing reality.
Yeah, and we're capable of that. I think this all comes back to capitalism and corporations controlling everything for the corporation's benefit.
You sound like that episode of South Park where they have the hippie jam fest where those kids from CU Boulder come to. It's like, yeah, it's just the capitalism, the corporations, and the corporations are bad. Okay, how are we going to make a change? We're going to have a hippie jam band fest.
I mean,
And it was just Woodstock, and it was
That's
just
kind of
people
what it
just
is.
doing acid and getting high, and literally no change.
Well, it's
at all.
because the interests are all for the corporations, they're not for the people.
Yeah.
It's like there's this big thing of AI, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're currently in the middle of.
Yeah, AI boom or
Right.
bust could be the next .com bubble.
If we were to decide that AI, we're going to take AI and all its capabilities, we're going to make life easier for us. We're going to make everyone's health better. We're going to optimize
Silly concept.
Right, we're going to optimize everything for us so that we don't have to work. We can work less, and we're going to make it better for everyone. That's possible. We could do that
could.
with AI.
Will we? Nah.
We will not do that because AI is privatized and someone is going to profit off of it. And so
Wait,
it
you
will-
mean it's about money?
Right, so there will be just this greater class divide with it when that doesn't have to exist. But the reason that it does exist is because someone wants to fucking get a leg up over somebody else. And specifically, that is the corporation that wants to get the leg up over the consumer.
Yeah. What is it going to evolve to? I don't know. I think there will.
You know the answer. Come on, tell us.
Tell us.
You're holding out on
Yeah,
us.
I think it's sad to see something that used to be super fun just become just what it is now. It used to be, I think, a day as chaotic and as hectic as it was to create really good, fun memories with loved ones. And maybe not. Maybe this is just my own perspective. Everyone's version of their own truth is different. But I know for a lot of people, they loved Black Friday and they missed those memories and the chaos and fun. And it's not there.
Well, and the thing that you're missing, other than the deals,
Yeah.
is like the connection.
Yeah.
The being on an adventure with someone for something.
Having an excuse to go spend time with one family member or friend for a day.
On a common goal.
Yeah, as opposed to now it's just like, okay, I'm going to get on my phone.
I'm going
and-
to couch rock
yeah,
for 12 hours.
yeah, I'm going to eat some more leftovers of the food that I didn't even enjoy.
Which honestly doesn't sound bad right now. Gotta be
I'm going to throw it all into a tortilla, make a burrito, and
Exactly.
just couch rot. But
yeah.
yeah,
Eat vessel for food.
it's amazing to think of what we used to put ourselves through at 4 a.m. just to get a deal, and now how it's evolved.
Speak for yourself.
So, I mean, comment below if you had a really fun memory or, like what was the item that you got on Black Friday that sticks in your head or like crazy story? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a ton of people who had like violent stories or encounters. I posted a Black Friday skit a couple weeks ago and people were like, oh yeah, my mom got punched in the face one time. And it's like, good God,
Yeah.
I never had that.
Comment below if you're just now a little bit more depressed.
Yeah.
Or comment below if you miss violence. Comment below if you want Justin to let us know the answer to capitalism.
Or bleach his hair. Till next time, guys.
Hee hee.
Don't let the signal fade away. You know I'm just one flip away. We laugh, we cried, we press in till we confess again, my friend. Flip phone, confessional.